I'm going to take you through a quick overview of Jira issues and issue types. The issue is a fundamental building block in Jira, and we're going to answer two questions. Firstly, what is a Jira issue? And secondly, what is an issue type? Jira is built around issues. Now, it helps if we think of issues as a record used to track a unit of work. So when we look to Jira to help us with the tracking of those units of work, we create an issue. And we tend to refer to that issue as either a bug, a user story, a test, or a to-do item. There are many types of issue. But on the whole, Jira helps us with the organisation of those issues and the tracking of those units of work. Now, if you want to follow along with some of the demonstrations in this video, you'll learn more if you have an instance of Jira that you can practice on. And you can sign up for your own instance of Jira Cloud here at Atlassian/software/Jira/free. And for the purpose of these modules and exercises that we'll go through in this course, all you need is the Jira project and issue tracking component. You don't need to select Confluence or Jira Service Management at this stage. So with that selected, click on the next, and you can progress through the sign up process to get your own instance of Jira. When you start out creating your first project, you'll get walked through a process like this. Now bear in mind that this approach seems to change almost on a weekly basis, so don't get totally hung up on the screenshots and the process I'm showing you here. You'll find something very similar each time you come to do this, and it all boils down to selecting a type of project template that you want to start out with. Now, originally Jira was designed as a bug and issue tracking tool, but today Jira has evolved into a powerful work management tool for all kinds of use cases, from agile software development projects to service management and even personal task planners. So there's loads of different templates that you'll find as you navigate through this range of different project templates. But each of those templates really belongs to one of three categories, and that's the three product categories that go into making up Jira. And that is Jira Software, Jira Service Management, and Jira Work Management. Now, as Jira grew, in an attempt to simplify things, which in my opinion has actually overly complicated things, they split Jira into three different products. And those three different products you will see when you look at the products drop down on the Atlassian website, and that is Jira Software, Jira Work Management, and Jira Service Management. And those three Jira products are reflected in this menu when you come to select the project template that you need. If you're looking at work management or project management, you'll have a load of templates associated under that category of product. Jira Service Management, the same. You'll have some service related project templates, and then the core Jira Software, which is based around creating software and managing software development projects. Anyway, what it boils down to is that you want to create a new project with a pre-configured template. And you can select from many pre-configured setups to suit the type of work or project you want to manage. Each time you select a template, you'll see the summary for that template, and you'll see the types of issues it creates and the workflow process that is configured as part of the template. So to start out with then, let's start with Jira Software, and we'll pick one of the standard bug tracking project templates. And in here you'll find that you've got issue types of epic, bug, improvement, new feature, etc. And we've got a simple workflow which includes the status values to do, in progress, in review and done. More on issue types and workflow as we go through this series of videos. So we've selected the bug tracking template. We'll use this template and we'll create our first project by providing the name of that project. Something really inspiring like project 1. And you'll notice that Jira gives you a project key, which is either 3 or 4 characters long. I suggest you stick to characters and don't use numerics in that key for reasons I'll explain later. And when we create the project, that template will be used to create the issue types and the workflow that we want to work with. So once we've created that project 1, we can start looking at some of the Jira fundamentals that you need to understand from the outset. What is a Jira issue? Well, it is a record used to track a unit of work. And when we look at creating the first of those records, that first Jira issue, you'll see that each issue we create will be contained within a project that we've created and will be of a particular issue type. Now, issue types we'll talk about in a minute, but it's a category of work that we're about to create. So in this instance, that unit of work I'm creating a record for is of issue type bug, and we'll define a summary. And all the data that we capture as part of this issue record we're creating boils down into 2 distinct types. We'll have information about the work that we want to carry out, or the activity, and that comes down to the summary and a bit of description about what needs to be done. Then we'll have properties about the issue that we can use to categorize, organize, sort and filter all of our issues based on. And included in that is the issue type we've already mentioned, and things like the priority, a label, or even the version that we're going to fix this bug in. So what is an issue type? Well, Jira can be used to track lots of different types of work, and different types of work can be categorized using the issue type field, and it's a standard field within Jira where you select what type of work or what type of issue it is that you want to create. And each project template or each project you configure can have different issue types, but in a standard Jira software project you'll have issue types like story, used to track a story or requirement, a bug, which is an issue or defect that you found in your software that you need to fix, epics, tasks, and even tests if you have some certain Jira plugins. So I'm going to finish creating this first issue by defining the priority and clicking the create button, and that will generate my first issue, and that issue has a unique ID which is defined in terms of the project key, PROJ here, and a unique numerical identifier. So proj-1 is the unique identifier for this new issue or unit of work I want to track that I've created within Jira. Part of the reason I suggested when you create your project key that you don't use numerical values in that key is because if you define keys like proj1 or proj2, it gets very hard sometimes to read those IDs, especially as you end up with hundreds of thousands of different issues defined in your system. So it's much clearer and easier to read if you stick to a project key defined just in characters. So a few final points worth noting. Firstly, the top of the issue record, you'll find the unique URL or path to that issue. So as I hover over here, you can see down the bottom here that the unique path is the URL to the instance of my Jira setup, followed by /browse/ then the unique ID for that issue. Secondly, you can update any of the fields just by clicking on the fields. So I can add description by clicking there, or I can update other values like environment or labels or priority just by clicking on those values. Thirdly, your issue has an initial status, and you can see that status on the right hand panel here, and at the moment that status is set to do. And when I've completed this unit of work, I may move that status to done. And we'll talk more about status values and the workflow associated with those statuses in the next video. Fourthly, on the right hand panel, you'll see that the issue was reported by somebody, in this instance myself, and that it will have a assignee value. So this is the person that's responsible for carrying out this unit of work or dealing with this issue. And that's it on the basics. Once you've set up your own instance of Jira or found an instance of Jira that you can practice on, there's nothing too difficult when it comes to creating an issues. Click on the Create button, make sure you select the right project, the issue type, and enter some details about the unit of work you want to track using this issue. In the next module, we'll look at a little more detail how we can organize our issues by grouping them into different projects and categorizing them using some of the metadata that we've looked at in this video today.